All right, Wages and Warriors time with Mario Herron. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe wherever you get your podcast. Like on YouTube, leave a comment if you like. Also, leave a comment if you dislike. We'll share some improvements. That goes a long way. We have another UFC Fight Night. Not the most stacked card. Not going to really get you going on this weekend, but we got a lot of fun, exciting fights coming along the way. We're just a couple of weeks away from Volkanovski coming back into the octagon. We have Patty versus Michael Chandler, which is a fight I'm really, really excited for. I still think Michael Chandler kind of rolls him in that one, but more on that later when that fight comes around. Let's focus on this fight card they have this weekend. Going to about 3 fights that are the biggest on the card and the ones that I find most interesting, to be honest with you. So we'll go ahead and kind of get into it right now. First one, we got Alexander Hernandez versus Kurt Hallowball. Let's dive right in. Alexander, 15-8. This is a lightweight fight. Alexander, 4.43 strikes landed per minute, 4.61 strikes absorbed, 71% on the takedown defense. He's on a little bit of a losing streak, guys. Boy, it's been a tough one for Alexander recently. He's lost 2 of his last 3 fights, kind of eaten a lot, and he's trying to get back on the right side of it. There's a big thing in this fight that I think leans Kurt's way, and that is, if you look at just the numbers, 4.63 strikes landed, 4.35 strikes absorbed. That's both more landed and less absorbed than his opponent, Alexander Hernandez. So that already makes me think, all right, I'm kind of leaning on Kurt. Also has 10 wins by submission, too. Like, this guy can absolutely shoot on you, take you to the ground, and make you, kiss your ass from somewhere. So he's multi-talented. The only thing that kind of gets you on Kerr is that he's 38 years old. So he's a lot older than Alexander. So he's seen a lot more fights, seen a lot more time, has a lot more miles on the tires, so to speak. But in this fight, I would lean Kurt because of the advantage he has in a lot of different areas in the striking and in the possibility of shooting on Alexander if it's there. But Alexander does, like I said, 71% takedown defense. He can bring it right back up if you try to take him down. Ultimately, I think the fight to go the distance is probably the safest one here. At 38 years old, usually at that time, you are pretty desperate in a way where every fight you got to go for the kill. You got to go for the knockout. Got to go for this. Got to go for that because you got to make a statement and the clock's a ticking. On the flip side of that, Alexander Hernandez, when you lost 2 of your last 3 fights, you need something to kind of carry momentum and kind of show Dana White and show the world really the type of fighter that you are. Because of that, I don't think either guy is really going to go down. Both guys, I think, are really going to swing and kind of go until the end. It's going to be a probably more exciting fight just in terms of 2 guys that really want to get it done. But for an underdog bet, I think Kurt Hallowball is the safer option and the bet that I would make. But I think it's going to go the distance. And let's see how the fight will end. Will the fight go the distance? It's at minus 175. Yeah. A little juicy odds. Maybe put in a parlay or something and have that money work for you. On to the next one, guys. It's Chidi, Joe Kwan Nee. Yep, I got that one right. Let's go. Versus Dos Santos in the welterweight division. Chidi, 24-10. He has 14 wins by TKO KO, and he has 10 first-round finishes. A little bit flashy of a guy. Very, very, very good on the feet. He'll never, ever try to not, have it on the feet. That's his whole thing is let's brawl it out. That being said, black belt in jiu-jitsu, so if it does kind of go that direction, but he's going to be ready for it. He's lost 3. He lost 3 in a row, but then he won 2 in a row, bounced back pretty big in 2024, which, it's part of what our guy Alexander Hernandez would love to do. He faces a guy in Dos Santos that's 25-8, that 15 wins by KO TKO. So both guys have just this absolute crazy knockout power. He's 3-1-1 his last 5 fights, but the biggest thing that stands out, if you just compare the guys really quick, is Chidi's reach advantage. Chidi's reach advantage is absolutely monstrous. And when you already have that on top of he's probably the more lethal striker in what he lands and then even in a striking defense, it's very hard for a guy to kind of overcome that and to kind of win that fight with all that kind of going against him. If a guy has the reach on you and then plus he can tag you up in any way or any chance you kind of try to go inside, you're going to be really, really damn hesitant to do anything, right? So because of that, I lean on Chidi in this fight. I think he's going to really win this one. He's also an underdog at plus 165. Guys, that reach advantage, man, that's what gets me. Big thing on that. If you ever get in a street fight, which you shouldn't do, if the other guy's got the reach advantage, I'm warning you right now, probably going down. Just a little quick insight for all those psychos out there. All right, then we have the next one, rematch between Marvin and Roman, the middleweight division. The Italian Dream. Sickest. I wish I got that nickname. God, the Italian Dream. That's a great one, especially for fighting. When you call it that, there's like every New Jersey guy with a little hint of Italian. If this fight's on at the bar and they see that name, they're automatically the biggest fan of all time. Shout out to those guys. But Marvin, 14-7 and 1. All 7 of his losses have came by decision. His last 5 fights, guys, have just been, I mean, if you want to just talk about guys that are absolute lethal weapons, you have Jared Cannonier. You have Roman that he fought and he won. You have Robert Whittaker, Paulo Costo, Israel. All these fights, guys. I mean, he's fighting the best of the best, and he's 8th right now in that division. When they first fought, I believe Marvin was 5, and I think Roman was in the top 10 too, if I remember correctly. Now both have kind of dropped a little bit in it. I think Marvin, it's just because the guys he was facing. I mean, you go through all those guys, you're going to drop a couple. If you win some of those, you're probably, top 3 pound for pound fighter in the world, aka DDP, right? So still a very, very talented guy. He's very, very tough. The thing that was really big in this first fight that kind of stuck out, and you can hear the announcers be absolutely shocked about it, is Marvin very right away started with his kicks. And that was something that wasn't really in his repertoire before that. So right away in that fight, first one against Roman, he goes straight to leg kicks, and he's just absolutely bruising up Roman's leg. I will say this, though. I think in that first round of that fight, Roman landed a lot of shots on Marvin that really shook him. And that you really saw Marvin go back to the cage and looked like he was kind of in trouble. Marvin's not going to go down because he faces so many extreme level and high striking level guys. If those guys can't, if Israel Adesanya in his prime and Robert Whittaker both couldn't take him down, it's very, very unlikely that Roman can or that anyone else can, because that means this guy's chin is just absolutely nuts. And until he hits the age of 45 years old, he's just not going to go down. He's going to stay up. He's going to brawl with you. He's going to bounce off that cage and come right back to your face. He might be bloody up to hell and might have to go to the hospital after, but there's one thing that guy's not doing. It's getting knocked out. So, but like I said, Roman in that first round was kind of really doing the damage to him. I think Marvin's just longevity in the fight is what kind of got Roman in the end. It's his conditioning. It's his, no matter what you throw, he keeps staying inside. He keeps stepping right to your face, and he doesn't lose control of the fight. Very, really hard to do. And Marvin's striking vastly improved going into that, right? So, like, he faces Whittaker, and it was just very, very clear, wow, he, isn't ready for this ball game that is the striking of Whittaker's. And he goes into this one going, okay, buddy just went to Thailand and just really found out how to kickbox. He's pretty dangerous now. Big thing for that. In this fight, in this rematch, I lean towards Roman. He's on a fight win streak right now because it was against Anthony Smith and Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland also, by the way, is just, that guy's fighting again here soon. My Lord, man. Take it easy sometime. But that being said, Roman arguably won one of the rounds last fight. You could have made an argument that he won the first one. He's going to come into this next one, guys, I think, with a little bit of fire on him. With a little bit of, all right, I should have won that last time. Let's make sure it's very obviously clear to every single judge, to everyone in this world, even to my 1-year-old niece, that I am the better fighter than Marvin. I think that's what he's going to do in this fight. He's going to take out the Italian Dream. I think he's going to win. I'm really excited for it right now. I'm taking all plus money this weekend. Holy hell, guys. See you at the cashier, hopefully. I like Roman at plus 135. I think he gets the job done. He gets revenge on Marvin. And hopefully they go for a little round 3 for a fight night, because I doubt it'll be on a card. But that's what I like for this one. That's all I got for you guys today. Just 3 short fights. Wish it was more. But hey, can't choose. They all can't be Grand Slams. But thanks, you guys, so much for listening. Make sure you tune into the Bull Crew podcast, too. We just had a new episode breaking down Charger Free Agency and Mike Williams being back. It's a very, very good episode. Plus, Dave had some personal news. And it was also, very sad, but good stuff as well. In case you're going through something, you bond over with him on it. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Share if you like it. Share if you hate it. Crap on it in the comments. Crap on it if you love it. Appreciate it all. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.